Environment Canada's senior climatologist, Dave Phillips. Hi, Dave.
Hello, Jennifer.
So these storms wreaking havoc in the U.S. Bring us up to date on those first, and then we'll talk about what's in store for Canada.
Well, the big storm that affected most of the Midwestern part of the United States, and then, of course, into Northeast, is pretty well exited the country. It's now affecting the Maritimes in a fairly big way, not as powerful and as impactful as what we saw in the United States. But certainly that storm brought a lot of snow, probably 20, 30 centimeters of snow to a place like Minnesota, Washington, Michigan and Ohio, and of course brought a lot of strong winds, but some warm temperatures, created a couple of tornadoes down in Mississippi, Louisiana. And then, Jennifer, there's this other big system, this bomb cyclone that is coming across the coast and is bringing lots of snow to parts of the Rockies, the area between the Rockies and the coast, bringing flooding rains to California. I mean, this is a buffet of weather types, from flash flooding to heavy rains, powerful winds that have taken out power all over the place. So, I mean, it really is probably will be well remembered, of course, as the Remembrance Day or Remembrance Week storm that has affected so many people in the United States.
Explain to us the term bomb cyclone for people who haven't heard that. It sounds pretty dramatic.
It does, and it is, I guess the word bomb is that it explodes. It's like the lower the pressure of one of these low pressure, whether they be hurricanes or even tornadoes, they have low pressure in the center. And when this pressure suddenly drops, it means there's almost like an infusion of energy. It's almost like an atomic bomb has gone off in it. And so when a bomb occurs from meteorological, it means that the floor has dropped out of it. It's increased its energy very quickly in 24 hours and does some powerful things. It's usually got lots of wind associated with it. And often, Jennifer, what sort of feeds it is cold air from the north and warm air from the south. I mean, that is the recipe for getting wild weather. And what we saw with the system in the Pacific, it had some Canadian cold air, some warm American air, and then you had a jet stream, which is kind of like the weather delivery system. It kind of is the mixer of all of this. And so you got this enormous system that has tentacles as far as we can see, and it has really created quite a havoc there, and some worry for people as we move on towards the Thanksgiving Day weekend for the United States.
Sure, but anything more we should be concerned about here in Canada, Dave?
Well, Jennifer, I think that certainly we see a lot of snow in Calgary. We see 20, 25 centimeters of snow, another snowy day for yesterday, today, 50 centimeters in the north. I mean, that's directly related to this feed of Pacific air and cold Canadian air. And then we see ahead of this system, kind of a little spawned by it, is a Colorado low that is going to bring perhaps some snow to southern prairies, maybe even a little bit of freezing drizzle. And for Ontario, I think everything seems fair and clear. Winds will die down. But on Saturday night, Sunday morning, temperature's going to hover around that freezing mark. And of course, Jennifer, that's the sweet zone where you don't know whether you get it rain, freezing rain, ice pellets, or snow. So a little bit of a messy kind of Sunday morning. But hey, we're not going to feel the effects of the United States for their storms.
Well, that is good news. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Dave, as always. Appreciate it.
Okay. Great, Jennifer.
Environment Canada senior climatologist Dave Phillips.